Hey everybody, here is an article and a topic submitted by Patreon supporter Ernestine Wolf. This is what you get at the $5 level if you guys support the show. One of the things I've wanted is you to have a say in this. Many of you are out there, you're political vigilantes yourself, getting your own information and aware of a myriad of topics that some of which I'm not aware of, and bringing that information to me so that I can put it out to a bigger audience, which I very much appreciate. And Ernestine, thank you for submitting this. This was an article that was in, there was no web link, but it was from the World Socialist website. And they, first of all, let me just say this. Google is blocking the World Socialist website from search results. So if you try to Google World Socialist website, it won't come up. Google is blocking that. That's censorship. Washington State is protecting net neutrality. That just came out today, which is what needs to happen. I don't know if it'll happen on the federal level, not with Trump in the White House, but states and cities and counties need to protect net neutrality themselves. But this is an article that came out last November by Evan Blake. Amazon's Camper Force program exploits elderly workers, and I'll go into it. It's just like, oh, Amazon. They're paying. There's like a migrant group of elderly people who are living in campers and RVs and stuff because they lost their house in the great crash of from 2008 to 2010 or 11, 5.2 million homes were lost to foreclosure. And they're offering them $11.50 an hour. Across the United States, thousands of workers living in mobile homes, many of them in their 50s, 60s, and 70s, have begun grueling months-long temporary jobs at Amazon facilities as part of the company's Camper Force program. Launched in 2008, Camper Force targets the growing population of elderly migrant workers that have been forced to live in mobile homes after losing their homes, retirement, and life savings in the 2008 housing crash and the recession. Currently, Amazon is accepting applications for Camper Force positions in Shepherdsville and Hebron, Kentucky, with wages at $11 and up to $11.50 an hour. Wow. Both applications claim associates will also be entitled during the term of employment to such paid time off, medical, and other employee benefits of the company may offer from time to time, subject to the availability. I mean, this is like 11 an hour. I mean, this is 11 an hour is like what you pay a high school kid. That's a high school kid job. Yeah, get $11 an hour, clean up the storeroom at the grocery store or something, learn how to have a little part-time wages. Okay, cool. An adult, let's not forget Hillary Clinton was in favor of $12 an hour, not $15. The Democratic Party finally has gotten behind $15 an hour. But the Democratic Party has they're so anti-union, they have supported NAFTA, the TPP, and gotten rid of so many high-paying jobs. You can't live on minimum wage in any state in America. $15 an hour is a step in the right direction, but it's not. We need WPA-style work program, and we could do it. I've said this time and time again, but we could have a Green New Deal. We could put the whole country back to work fixing the infrastructure, high-speed rail, fixing the electric grid, putting wind turbines and solar panels on everything. You could just pass a law saying every government building needs to have clean energy. Okay, let's say it's in the shade. It doesn't. Okay, but it needs to have wind or something. Waterless urinals. Like, we could be doing all of that stuff. This country could just be on the cutting edge of green technology and labor. The growth of inequity has led directly to declining life expectancy among seniors. Richest country in the history of the world. Life expectancy is now going down. As documented in the Society of Actuaries Annual Mortality Improvement Scale, which found that life expectancy for 65-year-old men and women declined from 85.8 to 87.8 years to 85.6 and 87.6 years, respectively, between 2014 and 15, the first year-over-year decrease since 2005. The Bureau of Labor Statistics estimates that 12% of those 70 or older are still working today, compared to 6.7% in 1985, while the AARP reports that 80% of baby boomers expect to continue working in retirement out of necessity. And the mainstream media will run stories like the honor of this person worked till they were 85 years old. They've been pushing that narrative since the 30s. This is a marketing ploy. When the labor movement started in the 30s and they were met with axe handles and Pinkertons, there started to be this nobility of working and dying for your job. Like they made this, it was a marketing ploy. I've talked about this when I talked to Stevie from Red Economics about that's a big thing in coal country where she lives of that they died on the job, they died working for coal, that's an honorable death. And no, it isn't. No, it isn't. Giving your life so millionaires and billionaires can profit, that's not noble at all. That's a marketing tactic that started in the 30s. In a recently published book, Nomadland, Surviving America in the 21st Century, author Jessica Bruder details the experiences of a variety of workers who have either chosen or been forced to abandon their traditional homes and live their lives in mobile homes or so-called recreational vehicles. Bruder devotes a chapter of the book to the plight of the camper force workers and the role that Amazon plays in exploiting this section of the workforce. The chapter details the lives of Chuck and Barb Stout, now 73 and 60 years old, respectively. Both Chuck and Barb were devastated by the 2008 financial meltdown, losing their homes and entire life savings and being forced to purchase an RV from Barb's brother for $500. They became migrant laborers following temporary work across the country and living from paycheck to paycheck. I mean, this is just like, this article goes on, and read this book, obviously. It's unbelievable. We've done other articles about this. Amazon employees having to get food stamps. Bruder notes, on days off, many of Barb and Chuck's coworkers were too exhausted to do anything but sleep, eat, and catch up on laundry. Weird that we have low voter turnout. There's one day a week to vote on a Tuesday, on a work day. Wow, more people should vote. Yeah, they're worked to death. What quality of life is this? Just work, 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 and then you're exhausted afterwards? And you're paid shitty money? It's slave labor. So, Jeff Bezos has accrued nearly all of his estimated $94.6 billion since the 2008 financial crisis. So people's misery has been very profitable for our boy Jeff. He's been targeting low-income and socially devastated regions as prime locations for immense warehouses. And I'm sure he comes in there, oh, I'm gonna bring jobs to this depressed area, but not good-paying jobs, slave labor jobs. Last month, Bezos became the richest person in the world after he amassed $10.4 billion in a single day, riding an Amazon stock boom. Since the 2008 crash, his wealth has grown by over $85 billion. If Bezos' total wealth was divided among all 120,000 of Amazon's temporary workers during the holiday season, because they bring out obviously during the holidays, each would receive a bonus of $788,000. Bet you could buy a home and set up some retirement with that kind of money. This type of wealth, this is a sickness. It's a psychosis. You watching these people live in this type of squalor and you don't do anything about it? You don't have empathy? They're just supposed to work harder? I just don't know how you can do that. I don't know how you can do that. I try to give money to the homeless. I'm not wealthy at all. And you could do you could change people's lives for the better. And if you're such an egomaniac, these wealthy billionaires, they want everybody knowing and things named after them, you'd have a lot of shit named after you if you became an actual person with a soul and gave money to people that needed it and gave them good wages. Everything would be named after you. But instead, you're making old people get $11 an hour and live in campers? Okay, man. I don't know if you believe in a God, but you're going to have to talk to this God when your time's up and answer this fucking question. Thanks for watching the show, everybody.